Everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. A really interesting report came out. It's on a study about air pollution and how it can actually increase your risk of diabetes, heart attack, and stroke. A researcher actually created or mimicked the environment of a polluted day in New Delhi or Beijing, where they have really horrible air quality. And what the researchers found was that the effects are similar to the effects of a high-fat diet, and that they can increase the risk of and lead to heart attack or stroke or cardiometabolic diseases such as diabetes. So this was really interesting. What they did was they took mice and they split them into 3 groups. So they, over a 24-week period, they had a control group that received clean, filtered air. They had another group that was exposed to polluted air for 24 weeks. And then they had a group of mice that was fed a high-fat diet. What they found was that the high-fat diet group, as well as the polluted air group, they were basically in like a pre-diabetic state. So they experienced insulin resistance and they had an abnormal metabolism. And this was brought on by epigenetic changes. So for anybody who knows me, you know, I am obsessed with epigenetics. Essentially what epigenetics is, we all have DNA, right? We all have our genetics. We have traits that are passed down through our DNA that people thought were set in stone. Everyone believed if you have a family history of a disease, you are likely to develop this disease. Well, what scientists have found is that you can actually turn those switches, because they do act like switches on your DNA, you can turn them on or off. So that is epigenetics. Epi means on, and then of course we know what genetics is. So these are things that work on your genetics. These are things like a healthy diet, exercise, staying away from air pollution, water pollution, toxins in general. All of these factors, sleep, all of these things, stress, they affect you on an epigenetic level. So they actually can flip these switches on or off. So you could have everyone in your history, everyone in your family can have a history of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, you name it. But with diet and lifestyle changes, it's not 100% guaranteed because there's always outside influences and other factors involved, but you can increase your chances of living a healthy life without these diseases by implementing diet and lifestyle changes that turn those switches off. So as mentioned, I believe it was in the China study, the doctors, the researchers that conducted that massive, it was literally the longest nutritional study ever conducted in the history of the world. And they concluded, after decades of studying this and looking at people from all walks of life, different genetic backgrounds, different DNA, different nationalities, different races, different genders, what they concluded was that they could literally switch cancer on and off. And this is exactly what they said in their book. They could flip it on and off like a light switch, depending on the type of food that they were giving the mice in this one particular study. So yeah, it could be good news, it could be bad news. I mean, it shows definitely why we need to deal with air pollution. Now, one really bit of good news was that they said that the effects were reversible. At least in their experiment, it was reversible. So once they removed the air pollution, the mice appeared healthier and they went back to a pre-diabetic state. So they were able to reverse the effect. So I just found this really fascinating. Just goes to show you the power of living a healthy lifestyle. and keeping your air quality clean. So we need to do more, guys. We need to do more to clean up our air, clean up our waterways, our land, everything else, and our food supply. But yeah, so could be good news, could be bad news. Just depends. But all right. Thought you guys would enjoy that. As always, like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.